And we're live. Yeah, ring that bell, Lori. Ring that bell.
I'm ringing that bell. Clear that. We need a
I know.
trailer-sized piece of sage.
It's only been, what, 3 weeks?
And we need to shoot it into the White House for entertainment purposes only.
Johnie should be joining us for those that are looking for him. He told me in the after show Friday night that he'd be here.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't fall asleep.
Well, I texted him. I thought, wonder if I should call him in case he did, because he doesn't hear texts.
Oh, they're doing the Meg Ryan, Billy Crystal commercial.
I'm not even watching it. Peanuts in there in the bedroom watching it, and I'm like,
they recreated the table setting. When she has the orgasm at the table, they recreated it over a Hellman's mayonnaise thing.
Too funny. I'm blacking out the Super Bowl this year. Although I do want to see the halftime show. So, have y'all heard about the February 28th blackout on shopping?
What is that about?
They're trying to send a message to all these oligarchs and stuff. So, if you shop on February 28th, shop local, mom and pop places, support them. Don't be going in the Walmarts or ordering from Amazon. It's kind of like the opposite of Black Friday, where we're all spending our money, right? They're trying to send a message to all these wealthy people of, power the purse, and have as many people not shop on a day. Let me tell you, there's power in numbers. And I know, having worked in retail, if there was something like that going on when I was in retail, it'd be like, wow, 5-alarm fire.
Well, we already started No Buy Mondays.
Yeah, February 28th is Blackout Friday. Instead of Black Friday, Blackout Friday.
Right. Okay, I can do that.
So I have a running list on my phone of places that are not bending the knee.
Hershey's chocolate.
Costco's one.
Costco stocks are through the roof. Target is tanking because when they did away with the DEI and then everybody started boycotting Target, and then all of a sudden they're backpedaling. No, we didn't mean it. And people are still not going. I haven't gone to Target even before the boycott started. I was sad to hear about Trader Joe's. I think I saw Johnie did a video on Trader Joe's. I was like, no, not
Don't even tell me that. Don't even tell me that.
Because I only shop at Trader Joe's and the Winco. Before they opened up the Winco, I was going to Target to get stuff I couldn't get at Trader Joe's. Well, since they opened up the Winco right next to Target, I don't even go to Target anymore. And then I saw Johnie did a video. I guess there's a boycott on Trader Joe's. I was like, no, that hurt my heart to know that. But I will tell you, support Ben and Jerry's ice cream because they're doing really good work. So like yesterday or the day before, I had to go to PetSmart or Petco to get Braxy. She gets these little like doggy burgers from the frozen food section. And while I was checking out, I saw that they had a little 4-pack of Ben and Jerry's doggy ice creams. So I got her a little 4-pack. I'm like, I don't usually eat ice cream, but so Braxy's supporting not Trader Joe's, Ben and Jerry's with my money. So she approves. So get your Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Amazon owns Whole Foods and all the grocery conglomerates are huge. But Costco, you could probably shop at on Blackout Friday because they are still supporting DEI hires.
And I guess they're saying that Trader Joe's is discriminating against union workers. I'm like,
I don't know, but somebody said that Aldi's is owned by Trader Joe's, and it is not. It is not.
Aldi's is based right here in Illinois, like 8 miles from me. They are not owned by them.
Yeah, I guess they're saying they're and they're saying Aldi pulled out of their DEI initiatives. There's an Aldi by here, but it's outside of my little 1 mile radius, so I don't go. But yeah, we love Costco. As a matter of fact, Johnie had never been to a Costco before until he came to visit me, and he was helping me Christmas shop. So we went to the Costco. He's like, I've never been in one of these before. He's like, damn, this place is huge. I'm like, yeah, it's like a huge warehouse where you just buy everything.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
we have to be
Aldi's
careful where we
Aldi's
shop.
is a German family company,
Yeah.
that's big in Europe, but their U.S. base is here in Illinois.
But I guess there were two brothers, and one of them, well, they are the original creator of Trader Joe's, created Aldi's, but they are not owned by the same. One does not own the other, but they're both owned by a corporation that was by the brothers. So it's difficult, but Aldi's does not own Trader Joe's.
How am I still getting text messages when I put my phone on airplane mode?
I don't know.
Look. You see the little airplane?
I see the airplane.
I'm still getting fucking text messages.
All right.
I don't know what kind of witchcraft that is. I tried, y'all. I freaking tried.
I don't know. And I don't know about your TikTok witches that were binding the orange one because he's loose.
Yeah. They were cursing everybody.
We burn, you burn.
They were cursing all of them. You know what? Witch Talk hasn't shown up on my For You page in a while, so I gotta go wander over there, see.
You have to resurrect them.
See what's going on with the witches.
Yeah.
You know, I miss them. So the witches were funny. So any announcements?
Hold on, Lori.
I have readings available next week. And our members class is on Sunday nights for psychic development. And we're on our 4th week of our tarot class. And everything is good. I do have dental surgery coming up. I go for another x-ray tomorrow morning for another Panorex or whatever they call it to see if anything's moved up in the root up that tooth. And then they're going to use a laser to cut me. Hopefully next Monday. Hopefully he's going to squeeze me in next Monday, so it doesn't interfere with any of the classes or anything like that. So it's all good.
I'm in denial mode about my teeth. I haven't gone back to the dentist in a year because I know they're going to like find stuff to do. And last time he about bankrupted me. I'm like, I need to be going every 3 months to get my teeth cleaned because of crowns and stuff. But I'm like, I'm just so over it.
Until then, I'm going to eat some licorice that I got at Farmer Joe's today.
There you go.
Fun times.
I have my seminar in October. If you would like to learn how to do healing energy work and working with the astral body, it's in October in Portland, Oregon. You can go to my website, jenlintarot.com, click on seminars. There's more information there along with the dates. We also have a discount with the hotel across the street. So when you register for it, you get a confirmation email with a coupon discount code for booking your hotel. I have openings in March and April for readings. jenlintarot.com readings. If you would like personal energy healing, not learning how to do it, just schedule a reading and we can do both. We can do energy healing and reading in one.
Yay.
Becca sent Braxy out of the room to go eat because she was whining.
Yeah, she was being a little menace. I don't think she's been fed yet because she's laying right there keeping an eye on me and waiting on her daddy. So if you guys start hearing the little menace over there, oh no,
all right.
I have summoned the demon.
Back.
I have summoned the demon. Hey, baby.
Who are you calling demon?
Summoned her, and she needs a deck of cards. She needs a deck of doggy cards.
Oh my gosh. So I didn't tell you, Lori. I texted it to Jenny. So I went to Five Below the other day because I had to go to Staples to drop something off for an Amazon return. And it's all in the same shopping center. The Five Below and a Nordstrom rack and all that other stuff. Well, I found, okay, I have a donut pillow that I've had for like forever. It's chocolate on this side and strawberry on this side. I had gotten this like years and years and years ago. I found a Pop-Tart pillow. So now I have a Pop-Tart and a donut, and it's so comfortable. But check this out. I was just browsing around, and
I'm afraid.
I was looking around, and because Johnie told me that they had coloring books, right? So I was looking around at the adult coloring books, and I found this one that I thought was like super cool. And so I picked it up. I didn't flip all the way through it, but it's this one. Can you see that?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
very cool.
It's got all the goddesses. Look what I found. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I'm going to make myself bigger for a second.
Yeah, I was going to say we can't see the whole thing on.
What is
She's
it?
got a little ferret on her shoulder.
Oh,
Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
And she's got a Braxy dog.
Oh, she does.
And what is she the goddess of?
Hecate. And for you guys that don't know, so you know Braxy, of course. But when we first moved into our house, I used to have a little weasel. And her name was Tiny the Terrible Terror.
Oh my God.
That was
So that
her.
goddess is you.
So cute.
That was my little baby, Tiny the Terrible Terror.
Wow.
She died when, I had to put her down. She was really, really old for a ferret. She was 8.5 years old.
Oh
That's
my God.
cool.
Yeah. So.
Hecate. Okay.
Hecate.
Hecate.
I don't
Is
know.
that how you say that?
Yeah.
Hecate?
I was like, oh my God, I have to color that because Braxy and Tiny are in the picture.
You're going to have to color it and frame it.
I know. Well,
Does someone know the pronunciation of that? I always said Hecate.
I'm waiting for my fancy pencils to come in tomorrow so that they won't fade over
It's
time.
perfect because she's the Greek goddess of magic, witchcraft, and the night.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
She's associated with the moon, ghosts, and necromancy.
Necromancy, witchcraft, moon, ghost, and the
Hades.
underworld.
And the underworld, Hades. Yeah.
The underworld. There you go, Becca. Put your devil ears on. That's you.
She doesn't even need her devil horns.
It says Hecate is accompanied by her two animal familiars, a polecat, which is a ferret, and a black dog.
A polecat.
That's you, Braxy. That's you.
Oh
That's
my
you,
God.
mommies. Look, it's her picture. It looks just like her.
It does look just like her. That's amazing.
Oh, Braxy.
That is amazing.
Oh, Braxy.
Hecate? Is that how you say it, Erson? Hecate?
Did someone?
Hecate.
Hecate. I think she's saying the
That's how
accent on
she
top.
pronounces it. Yeah. But what?
Yeah, so Braxy, you have to go tell your daddy to feed you. Peanut, it's after 5 o'clock.
Cosmic is saying it's Hecate. Hecate. Hecate.
You have to go tell him to give you your burger.
Y'all are all giving us different pronunciations. I'm gonna Google.
Hecate. Hecate. Hecatanarina.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my little adventure the other day.
Wow, that is very cool.
So I don't have anything else other than I have openings available for anybody that's interested. I only read Fridays and Saturdays, Friday nights and Saturdays, and then Tuesday before 2 o'clock, or I'm sorry, Sundays before 2 o'clock, because I have a full-time job I only do this because whatever, so if you're interested,
Hecate.
email me at houseoflenormandreadings@gmail.com. I've replied to everyone so far, so check your emails. And that's all I got.
Okay, Google is saying Hecate,
Hecate.
like HEHKUHTEE.
Yep, I played it. Anyway, it's good.
There's probably a zillion different ways to say it.
I wrote in how to pronounce, and then I played the little thing. So now it's 24-0, and Kelsey's dropped the ball twice. Two times.
Wait, so is Philly winning?
Yes.
Wow. My coworker texted me earlier. He's got family visiting, and they're watching the Super Bowl. And he's a Phillies fan because he's originally from Philadelphia. So he just got stationed out here before he retired, and he just stayed, didn't go back to Philly. But yeah. So I don't know. So you guys ready to start, or?
We're ready.
Okay, so I haven't watched the game. I'm sure if he was booed, they didn't put it on the television because
because they've been playing a cat and mouse game with us now.
Sorry, that was my phone.
I didn't watch them. I didn't watch him come in because I was helping out with the kids. So I got home right when what's his name was playing the piano. And they was doing the anthem right before the coin toss.
Who did the anthem this year? What's his name?
He's from the Tonight Show band. I can't remember his name right off.
Oh, from the Roots band?
Yes. Yes.
So can we just start there? Did he get booed?
Okay. Does somebody know if he got booed for real?
And they show when he gets booed at baseball games, but he's the first president ever to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, John Baptiste. Thank you, guys.
The optics are not good because while our grocery prices are going up, he's using taxpayer money to take this whole entourage to the
they're
Super
saying
Bowl.
He didn't get booed. Oh, someone's saying the Eagles fan booed him. Did he get booed?
That's howling at the moon right there. America was blocked from seeing it. So I would say a little bit. He's booed a little bit.
What
Bring
did you
the
get,
numbers.
I don't think he was well received. They don't feel that he is representative of who we are, what we stand for, our memory of our home. So I feel like they judged him, but then I'm sure people felt compelled to stand up and cheer for him too.
I get that he got booed. So I don't know if it's the person that has the controls or has the access shut that off and overrode it with something else. But we didn't hear it because he got booed, yes, but here it's closed off. And then it was answered with something further away. Do you see what I'm saying?
Commercial break.
Or not even a commercial break. Like, you know how like when you go to a football game or a baseball game or a hockey game and you're sitting there watching the game and they play stuff over the loudspeakers.
Yeah,
they probably put something over the loudspeakers to drown out the boos. I don't know.
Music or something
too, where he's not liked at all. So, anyways, moving along. Alonia muscatina.
Felonia now, because he's a felon now, as far as I'm concerned. Felonia and felon 47.
Helen
Jenny
Muskrat.
called me the other day, like 2 days ago, was it, Jen?
I think it was Thursday night or Wednesday night.
I was hot. Like, I'm talking Hades hot. I was so freaking livid. Because I guess he got into the Department of Energy now too.
Oh.
What the hell do you need to get into the Department of Energy for? Unless you're there to get data and give it to somebody else.
I didn't hear that.
Yes, he got into the Department of Energy. So when I'm saying Department of Energy, I'm not talking about like our light bill. I'm talking
I
nuclear.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and his little band of misfits, a bunch of prepubescent criminals in training who don't have clearance. This was not approved by anyone. And he just strolled in there and just started doing whatever he does. And these kids are getting into all the computers and
this little gang of 20-somethings, big balls and the rest of them, which look like just
they're
little young
prepubescent
jerks.
little kids, dude.
Yeah.
I think the
Have you
oldest
seen
one
their
is 26.
pictures? Where did you see their pictures?
It got
they-
leaked like last week.
Their names got leaked and people started posting pictures of him.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that. I bet.
And letting everybody know he goes by Big Balls, like on Twitter.
I
and
know
stuff.
that. Yeah, I heard that because I was listening to things while I was doing my kitchen, but not.
So I asked the Lenormand and I texted Becca, are these the hackers that were used to hack our election? And I got Ring Mountain Heart.
Yeah.
And Becca texted me back, yep, agreement with what an enemy desires.
Or an agreement to delay something, to block something, to get what they desire. You can read it both ways. And one of the kids apparently resigned because his social media account, after the kids were found out who they were, their social media accounts got looked at and stuff. And one of the kids was a flaming racist Nazi.
Right.
Which,
connections
if you're
to
working
Russia.
with Elon Musk, it's a prerequisite to getting the job. Let's just call it what it is, you know?
He also had connections to Russia. He had done
Mhm.
something with them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just sitting here going, how in the holy is this allowed?
Yeah, to
Like,
be in the Department of Energy when you don't even have a security clearance.
none of them. They went to the VA. They went to the Treasury. They went to the Department of Energy. Where else did they go, Jen? The U.S.
Treasury.
AIDS office.
The Treasury and
Yeah, I already said the Treasury. They got into the U.S. AIDS. Now they're saying they're getting into the DOD next. It's like, what in the living in hell is going on here? Like, and it's like, okay, the judges, yeah, thanks. They already got what they wanted. They already got into, what are you going to do? Give it back. They took in servers.
Yeah.
I have a brother that used to work for the Department of Energy while in college because he co-opted to earn money to help put himself through college, right? So he'd work 6 months, go to school 6 months. And what used to be Union Carbide, which got bought out later by Lockheed Martin. But he worked at the Department of Energy and then he went full-time with them after he graduated. He was an engineer. And I mean, even as a college student, the security clearance he had to get was unbelievable.
You're talking SCI, SIP level clearance for that. Because just because, and people that are not do not work in the capacity of clearances, you think, okay, you have a clearance. Just because you have a clearance does not grant you access to everything, because it's on a need to know. And so say you get a clearance, let's say you get SCI clearance. Well, that doesn't mean you have access to every single SCI program, because there's no business for you to be sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. So you have to be granted access, which means you have to go through the chains, So it's like, what the fuck is going on? They're just random people off the street at this point. My biggest concern was, what the hell did they take, and did they leave anything? Like, they could have left
one of the federal judges,
windows open. They could have left access open. They could have opened up back doors for somebody else to get in.
they could have taken everything to use later to give to Russia or whoever.
Or just
one of the federal judges
and give somebody a back channel.
One of the judges told them they had to destroy everything that they took.
They're not going to do what the judges say.
They're not going to do that. And what's the point? Who, unless you have an outside agency or somebody else that can be trusted to come in and go through the entire network to make sure that they didn't leave a back door open or give somebody else access to get in there remotely, we're, like, I mean, it's just, so my first question, because we know that the courts stepped in and said, you have to stop. Well, a little bit too late, because they went and grabbed it was a freaking heist of the century.
And they're already not complying.
They're not complying. So my first question, for cybersecurity purposes, did they leave in all areas? I'm talking the Treasury, the VA, the Department of Energy. I think they're going after the Department of Education next. USAID, all that stuff. I want to know, did they leave a back door open?
Okay. By the way, I shared on my community tab post a couple of days ago. If you scroll down the post tab on YouTube, I shared a video from Professional Aquarian. It's a short video. It's only about 5 minutes long, and she gives some great advice on things to do to shore up identity theft and stuff, like things that you can do to block people from trying to establish credit in your name and stuff. So anybody that would like to see that, that's on my community post.
Thanks, all right. So did they leave a back door open? To assist others. Did they leave the back door open to assist others? My first card out was Pootie. Very first card. Very first card.
What did you get, Lori? You mind giving us the whole read? Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. They did. They left it completely open.
Fucking hell.
And it's over the top. It's just over the top. It's okay. It's okay. No one's looking. Right?
That's a big yes on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They left it threadbare, so to speak, protection threadbare, so someone else can come in. Someone from overseas can return. And they're doing that, in like structurally in all the systems they're going in, is what I'm getting. So yeah, the job is not finished yet. There's somebody who's going to come in with strength.
So please.
She got the King of Wands too.
Yeah, Putin for me shows up as King of Cups for some reason, but
to all the members in
Congress should be King of Swords.
That were so gung-ho about TikTok stealing our data. You got fucking Elon Musk and 6 kids running around that stole everything. Everything. Our social security numbers, our home addresses, our bank numbers, everything is gone. Gone.
They were in the system, remember, for an untold amount of time when Trump was in the first time. Yeah. Remember? They discovered that they had been there and they had revamped everything. And now here we go.
And now they're doing it again.
All over.
In broad daylight going, what are you going to do?
They're also
the presidency. What are you going to do? I get, yes, an abuse of power, because of someone that helped and aided a Russian attack or a powerful attack of powerful vulnerability here that was left open by a friend. There's nobody guarding it. It's just... I want to know. We know that states are filing lawsuits because forget the DOJ, Trump owns it now. There's not going to be anything that comes after that. Is the DOJ, I saw that, Lisa, you don't have to keep typing it. I saw it the first time. Are the states going to press charges against Musk and the kids at a state level? That's what I want to know, because I'm thinking that's how they're going to get him. It's going to have to be through the states.
Yeah, because he keeps saying he wants to give power back to the states on everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, but who in the state could go after to arrest them if they didn't follow a judge's order? That's what.
Well, the attorney general, for one, and then I guess they can call in the marshals and then break into the White House.
What marshal is going to go apprehend President Trump or Elon Musk?
Or Elon Musk living in the White House.
The kids is what I'm saying, not Trump. Elon Musk and the kids.
Oh.
There's a reason why Elon's living in the White House. He knows if he's in his own house, he'd get raided. And I mean, Letitia James was going after him. I forgot what it was. She did a.
She already filed a case.
It would be to my
and 11 other agents.
It would be the attorneys generals in the states that go after Elon Musk and the kids, issue a warrant, send the marshals in, and go snag them. And guess what? You have no protection. Trump can't pardon you from a state felony. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
Do you follow?
Okay, so will the state's AG be able to stop Elon?
It's all your immunity that the Supreme Court gave you go out the window.
Well, Elon Musk is not the president, so he doesn't have presidential immunity.
I keep getting a fracture between the two of them, so I am hopeful for that.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
All right, I'm getting good cards for states.
I'm getting steady lawsuits.
I'm getting good cards.
And also maybe some lawsuits against Musk's businesses. What are you getting, Lori?
The states are a win. Win, win, win. State government, people gathering together, and yes, maybe his businesses and big money, and everyone sticks together.
I mean, Letitia James, her lawsuit was like 7 or 11 AGs in with her on it.
And it could be 3 women AGs. Remember, for all of eternity, we've asked who brings down Trump, and it always comes up 3 queens or 3 women.
Yes.
we think we've had all the 3 women, you know, and they're still showing up here.
Yeah, just women in general, probably. I get there's indictments coming for the businessman. I think this is Musk, and going after his businesses also. Steady trips to the court for manipulating things, treachery, treason, betrayal. There's a lot of options here, but I get it. Yes.
I get that there's a protective, trustworthy woman that's delivering something. She's bringing news. So that's a yes.
Yeah.
That's a yes. So it looks like the states are going to go after Musk.
I mean, Gavin Newsom organized the governors, and they also organized the AGs in the blue states. And I think that's a beautiful thing before Trump took office. They knew it was coming.
So here's my next question. Will Elon Musk get arrested?
He also opened the door for white South Africans to immigrate that are being persecuted in South Africa to immigrate into the U.S. So he wants to bring more of his Nazis here that are getting persecuted.
All right. Will Elon Musk get arrested this year?
Mm-hmm.
Will Elon Musk get arrested this year? You have to go first now.
No. Go ahead, Lori.
Oh, I haven't even put mine out. You go.
No. I'll wait. I'm hosting. You are the guest of honor. You do you, boo. You do you. Take your time.
You know, it was really funny in the pre-Super Bowl interview Trump did. They were asking him about Elon. They said, you know, how long is he going to be there? And, you know, he's like talking about, oh, I've told him to go check out the Department of Education next and blah, blah, blah. He said, but, you know, he could be done in like 24 hours. Like, he's getting sick of him because Elon's getting too much attention, taking it away from him. I think Elon gets run out of town here soon. I think little petty Trump runs him out of town. Will he get indicted? Yes. For the work that he's done? Yes. Steady indictments. But it's after Trump dismisses him. Trump's petty, you know, he's pettier than we are.
Yeah, I get an absolute yes, and I get that is he'll either be still gathering things or still working on something, but this is also headed up by a female, the Queen of Wands. And I watched your live with Johnie where you kept getting the Queen of Wands.
Kamala shows up for me as Queen of Wands, even though she's a Libra and should be Queen of Swords. I think because I use Queen of Swords a lot for court stuff, that she shows up for me as Queen of Wands. But she's also an active action person like Queen of Wands.
So I get a yes. I absolutely get a yes.
I get a yes. And not just for what he's doing on the networks and on the internet and just leaving stuff wide open. There's also something here which is going to segue into the next question.
A little election interference.
The bouquet and the man. What did you have to do with the elections? There's the crossroads.
Gifting the election.
On who he favored. And then these three, the bear, the stars, and the moon. That's a man that's powerful and has a lot of financing on the internet and a lot of marketing, propaganda.
Yeah, like Twitter.
So here's the thing. When I found out that those little kids were helping him, I said, those are the ones that helped him with whatever code they needed for tabulators. Okay. We saw it happen while it was happening on the election. Yeah. We saw the bomb threats. We saw the
sudden surge of Trump. And calling elections before the places were even closed.
Yeah, and the fact that they were all at the dinner table with that one kid, the Poly Market kid.
The Poly Market map was the only one that was correct. Everybody else was wrong. Look at the recent election in Iowa, a 21-point swing from Trump to a Democrat. Why? Because he didn't have Iowa to begin with. God damn it. It's not some miracle.
Right.
Oh, he's the first president with such a low approval rating because he stole the fucking election. God damn it. You know, like
I can't remember who I was listening to the other day, but they were talking about that. I think it was Election Alliance or something that they thought Trump was lucky if he got 30% of the votes. And that's what you and I keep talking about. Like he probably only got about 30% of the votes.
And that's probably another reason why he's so pissed, because he knows how much he was unpopular and how little support he got.
Yeah.
So
and Musk is even more unpopular.
And it wasn't the whole thing wasn't just to make it look like a landslide. My brain tells me he did what he did to humiliate Kamala Harris because of how badly she dog walked him at that debate.
Yes.
Because he's petty.
You know, so he had to stick it to her. Oh, well, I'm going to cheat. But in the back of his mind, he knows this is how much I had to cheat. Because that's how, you know what I mean? So we're part of the punishment too.
But
fuck us.
He lies
we
so much.
We rejected him not once, not twice, but a third time.
Yeah, but he lies so much to his own self that he actually believes it now. I'm sure he's past. Yeah.
So my question, I have several. Okay. And this is not speculation. This is not conspiracy. These are words that came out of their own mouths. They've told us repeatedly that this is what they were going to do. And then they told us afterwards, this is what we did. Mm-hmm. Oh, Elon knows so much about those vote counting machines.
Right.
He did such a good job with those vote counting machines that, you know, now I'm your president. They rigged the election, and now I'm your president.
I'm your president during the Olympics because we rigged the election.
Yeah,
and we're still standing here talking about it, and no one has, not even Midas touch.
And that's the thing, Lori.
There's Jessica Benson.
I refuse to comply because I have ears, I have eyes, and I have a brain. I saw it happen. You can call me crazy, but I can point to you where he said it going all the way back to June of last year.
Right.
That this is what they were going to do. You know? So my first question is, the little kids that are with Musk, are they the ones? And I'm telling you right now, if you were to go look in Ivana's coffin, there would be parts and pieces to the tabulators and the vote machines. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, along with all the classified information. I bet you there's parts and pieces of the voting machines in there. So my question is, the little kids that are with Musk, are they the ones that helped with the program to take stuff that wasn't his?
Are they the ones that helped with the poly market map?
Well, not the poly market man, but did they help with the programming of the tabulators?
Right. Okay. Did they help with the program of the tabulators? Are those the same kids? Are they the same people that helped steal?
Mm-hmm.
Emissaries to the king. Yes, victory on moving things around. These young people making the loser the surprise winner. Yeah, there's a little worm on this card that's just jumping out at me. So
I thought that's a snake.
Well, I'm calling it a worm because it looks like a viral worm. You know, like a what do you call that when you put a worm in so that you hit that threshold and all of a sudden it takes off and does its thing. And working with Russia, that's a big yes. And there's little Elon, yes. Working with all of them. There's like between Shane Copeland, Elon, and Russia, and people in the government.
Oh my God.
They probably created the worm to change the algorithms or whatever.
It's the same bully group that got in there and fixed everything.
No wonder he was so pissed when the identities of those kids came out. He was losing his mind.
He was. I was really hoping he'd go to the dark place. He goes to the dark place.
I get a yes. There's the kids right in the middle. They were the ones that achieved something. They were meeting and talking about it. So here's my next question, because this is what I'm thinking. Because apparently the blue team has decided, and I was talking to Mom today on the phone, Peggy. Peggy, I'm wearing your shirt, the sweatshirt you made me. I was talking to Mom, and I told her, I said, Mom, I don't understand what's happening. We saw it happen with our own eyes. Jamie Raskin, the constitutional lawyer in the House, who I have a lot of respect for. I do not know him to be a politician that speaks with a forked tongue. That's a liar. For months and months and months and months and months and months, Donald Trump will not step foot into the White House over my dead body. He's disqualified himself according to the Constitution, 14th Amendment, Section 3, but he would not let go. It happened. Not one word out of Jamie Raskin's mouth. Not one word out of Adam Schiff's mouth. Everybody was radio silent. Keep your mouth shut and let's just comply. I feel like I'm going crazy. You know, because it's like, this is leadership. You know what he did the last time, and you're just going to just roll out the red carpet. So were you bullshitting us on what a threat he is, or is there something else going on? And I don't, enough with they're being threatened bullshit, because I
don't think either one of them would kowtow to him. So I just don't understand what's happening.
And that's what I'm trying to say, Lori. These people, you know, especially Jamie Raskin, AOC would not kowtow to Trump. Jasmine Crockett would not kowtow to Trump. You know, there's a few in the House that I'm just kind of like, you know, but there's certain people that I know are of good character and integrity. Do you see what I'm saying? And for everybody to just be compliant is just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like I'm nuts, you know? So my question is, I guess the best way to frame it is, do they know something is going on? Because I feel like I'm in crazy town.
Right.
Yeah. Was it part of the plan? Do they know something we don't know yet?
But I need to figure out a better way to word that, because they know a lot of stuff that we don't know. But
right. But is what's going on allowing Trump to do all this? Was that part of the plan?
Or they know that there's an investigation that has already begun, or will begin, and they can't say that it was stolen because they'll all be sued, like Fox News was sued.
Exactly. So how would I word it, Lori? Why were they so compliant?
Why are they so quiet about it?
Why are they so quiet
about the election interference?
Because they know, they saw, they heard.
AOC did a TikTok. I watched it. You guys, what happened was so huge. It was so massive. It's going to take a minute.
Is that what she said?
That's what she said. I saved the TikTok. I can show it to you afterwards. Okay. And then all of a sudden, radio silence.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries talking about, isn't it interesting? We want everything down ballot, but not up ballot. You know, he brought that up.
And then he said in that same press conference, Trump conveniently won in Arizona. And what's that guy from Arizona that just won the Senate seat in Arizona? You know, Menendez, not Menendez. That's the guy that's going to prison. The other guy. But it's just, I feel Gavin Newsom at the border.
He's talking about, Hakeem Jeffries was talking about North Carolina. We won everything we went after in North Carolina down ballot, but conveniently didn't win top of ballot.
Yeah.
So they know. We saw it, they saw it, they know. So why are they, hey,
Why-
Hi,
Johnny.
handsome.
Hey,
How
look
are you?
at her.
I feel like I'm going nuts, Johnny. Oh, but you missed it. Look. So remember how you told me to go to Five Below because they have coloring
Oh
books?
my God. Okay. He has to see this.
I got a Pop-Tart pillow, dude. To go with
Did
my
you-
donut pillow.
I see nothing wrong with this scenario.
Yeah. Well,
Well, you
it's
didn't show
comfortable
him the
too.
coloring book.
Oh, the coloring book. Oh, I showed him it. Well, I don't know if he saw it because Johnny tends to leave conversations.
You know I don't read text messages.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't have seen it. I found the coloring book. This one. And
Oh.
look, there's a goddess here that has a little ferret,
Oh yeah,
and then she has a
Other
Braxy dog. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
I
There's
do.
the Braxy dog. See the Braxy dog?
yeah. I was
Yeah.
wondering why you were showing us pictures of your ferret. I'm like, where'd that come up from?
Oh.
It's this one.
Oh, good Lord, no. Okay. I mean,
And
okay.
you know what, too, Lori? What's interesting about this? There's literally a cemetery right there, and I live right on the corner of a crossroads.
Wow.
Interesting, isn't it?
You live
Very.
next to a cemetery?
The street behind me,
Uh-huh.
dead ends. That's the end of the cul-de-sac. Behind that,
Woo!
it's a huge open area, and then there's a cemetery over there.
Wow. Okay.
That stuff doesn't bother me though. It's like whatever.
Okay.
But so I guess the question we were asking Johnny, I don't know if you want to sit it out or ask.
Let's go.
Can you repeat the question, Lori?
Okay, so, well, just to preface it, we're all wondering, we saw what we saw, we heard what we heard. We heard Trump announce about Elon so good with the machines, and then we want to know why, because we all know what we heard and what we saw. And AOC made a statement that everything was so big that it's going to take a minute. And then Jeffries was talking about it was weird how they won, everything down ballot, but this, So we want to know, why are they all being quiet? Like, why haven't we heard? Why isn't anyone questioning out loud and upfront what we're talking about? Do they know something? Is something, why are they all being quiet? Other than they have to be quiet so they don't get sued, like Fox did, until they have proof. So Becca was wanting to ask, why are they all quiet? Like, why is Raskin and why aren't
Where's
they
the fuss?
saying
Where's
anything?
the fight?
What?
Where's the fuss? Where's the fight?
Yeah, where's the anything? We all saw it. We all heard it.
I'm getting a couple of different reasons.
Okay.
Because I'm getting, letting him get away with things and everything. So his supporters that wanted him, in the White House feel constricted by what he's doing. In other words, he's hurting his own supporters. There's growth of looking into the internet. So whether that's at the state levels, what happened in the machines in the internet, they don't accept this election. I get that. But there's also, it's like they know he's a target by somebody overseas, like that they know he could be targeted, if you catch my drift. The other thing is all the sacrifices Americans are going to have. This is my card for America, because his job numbers, Biden's job numbers are higher. So in other words, he's going to affect jobs massively here in the U.S. It's kind of like, okay, make Republicans aware of how Republicans jack up the economy every time they're in.
But did that show that there was an investigation going on?
It shows they know what happened, but it shows that they're leaving it to grow what's happened
Oh, okay.
with someone else. So like not accepting it. So I'm going back to the states. They're leaving it to the states.
Okay. I got that everything just billowed up into this giant billowy cloud of speculation and numbers and who said this and who said that and gossip and should we believe this and should we not believe that, and we've got to gather, you know, we have to gather some concrete information in order to go forward. And then, you know, but they feel that we were attacked. Like they feel that now that they're looking more closely, like, wait a second, somebody came in here and just, you know, broke down the door and jammed everything up. And then facing the opposite direction is that there's going to be a meeting. There's going to be a meeting and an announcement, and all roads lead back to Pootie again. I mean, again.
Well, you know, they're trying to do what Putin did in Ukraine. They want to just take over Canada. Like they can just walk in and make them the 51st state or whatever. It's like, no.
82nd.
82nd, Johnie. Touche.
Yes,
Touche.
So I'm going to be the wet blanket and say the reason is because Democrats need a leader. That's why. There are 3 sets of Democrats. We don't ever want to say it, but it is. There's progressives, there's middle of the roads, and there's red Democrats who basically think like Republicans. They just got a D at the end of their name, your Mansions, your so forths, and your so forths. And they get elected because they say the nice things, or they live in a place where they can gerrymander too. I get the Knight of Cups image. They care about it looking like it was secure. Don't question the election. You don't want to rip the rug out from underneath everybody, blah, blah, blah. The image in the world. They care how they look to the rest of the world. But they need a leader. The emperor. My card for Democrats. They need a leader. They do not have one because you can still fight this without accusation. You can still do something without saying you cheated, because you cheated, then get you the lawsuit. Okay, fine. You can still do something. 5 of Wands, 4 of Wands. They can still fight this administration and all that stuff. They just need a leader. They all have to be on the same page. You can't be over here trying to raise money. You can't be over here trying to schmooze. We all need to get together, because if you don't run for re-elections. Don't run for election, period, because it's going to be manipulated by a machine. So it doesn't even matter. So they need a leader.
They've already got a bill to allow Trump a 3rd term.
They're going to have to redo the Constitution, not a bill, because the Constitution was amended after FDR so that he wouldn't have a 4th term. Okay?
But they're ignoring the Constitution on everything else. Elon Musk shouldn't be able to work out of the White House when he still has control of his businesses. That's against the 18th Amendment. They don't care about the Constitution. They're going to do what Putin did, which is let him run as many times as he wants.
And you might as well use the Constitution as toilet paper, because going back to what I was saying, Jamie Raskin and getting up there on the podium every day, he is not getting in 14th Amendment, 14th Amendment, 14th Amendment. And when it came down to it, he didn't say shit. So he either lied to the public or he doesn't believe what he said, or there's something else going on. And I don't know Jamie Raskin to be a bullshitter. He seems like a straight shooter to me. you know,
Right.
but so I did a double line of 5. It ends here with the book, which is Knowledge and Secrets. Okay. They know that there was something that happened in the network that was chronic here, like chronic, like malware. Do you see that? There's chronic, there's lies and deceit, there's thievery. Something in the network was messed up here. Okay. They have knowledge of that he stole it. Does that make sense? If this is the public, they took away here. All right. They abused and took away. They're like a pattern of stealing. There's a pattern to how much they took. Does that make sense? So I don't get the fox, which would be suspicion. It's like they have knowledge that this happened here. And all this right here, I don't think that they believe that this was free and fair. This would be integrity. Well, it's followed by integrity and ethics. Well, it's followed by the clouds. And then the snake and the mice. They don't think this was fair. Free and fair. They're just keeping their mouth shut about it. Now, there's also his victory is false and he's a liar. The sun knights to the snake. Victory is a lie and he's a liar. Something in the network got stolen and eaten away. They have knowledge of abuse and a pattern of abuse. There's someone here around him that has some sort of an addiction to like pot or drugs, because this right here is drugs. This is an addiction. See that? This is someone younger than him. I see one older man, another older man, younger person, and a woman and another woman. This is from a team that he had before. 2 men, 2 women. Someone with addictions and probably a smoker, smokes pot. I'm thinking that they know. I think that they've put 2 and 2 together because I see 2 men and 2 women and someone younger. Rudy Giuliani. What was the other lady's name? That the Kraken lady?
The Kraken
Sidney Powell.
Sidney Powell.
What was the other lady's name? That Rudy
One
Giuliani.
that gave Giuliani COVID.
Yeah. What was her name?
Jenna Ellis.
Jenna Ellis, and then there's one more man. They know what they did.
Oh, and the other one that pleaded guilty in Georgia.
Oh God, I've lost track.
It's all the Georgia people because Sidney Powell also pled guilty.
And then there's a younger man too. So there's 2 older men, a younger man, and 2 women. So I can pick out Giuliani.
The other guy attorney that pleaded guilty. Yeah, that's who it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's a younger person, younger than them, 30s, 40s. But they know about that whole situation. And that would be kind of like the RICO case. But they know that there was something done there where there's something in the network that causes confusion. There's a pattern to the lying and the stealing. They know that his victory is not real. And it was stolen. The mice is right here. They stole something out of the network. Or there's malware of some sort in the network, like a program or something. And they have to keep quiet. Now, why? The DOJ is under Trump's control. The DOJ is under Trump's control. They can go in there and squash anything they want. So it would have to be at the state level where, you know what I'm saying? So I get that they they know what he did. So anyways, enough of that bullshit, because
Well,
I feel
it's interesting because Trump keeps saying he wants to send everything back to the states, so like abortion, everything else, it's up to the states to decide what they want. But I don't think ultimately he wants the states to have the ultimate say so, because A, the elections, B, he needs total dominion over them to stay in power.
so.
And nothing has happened to Alfie Oakes, and nothing has happened to the Poly Market guy.
And that's the thing. The Poly Market guy was raided by the feds.
And so why is he still free?
And I guess the one guy hasn't been vetted yet to run the FBI, Kash Patel. So can we ask, are the states, will the states, or are the states looking into this situation?
Election interference.
Okay.
The result.
Yeah. Are the states looking into the results of the election?
We know Nevada is. Nevada stated they're doing a investigation.
Nevada's red, though, isn't it?
No, it's a swing state. It's more blue than red.
It's a dark purple, I would say that.
You think with all the drugs and prostitution there, it'd be blue.
What state had the split votes?
All of them.
That
All the swing states, Lori,
yeah,
where
no,
they voted Dem down ballot, and then it was all Trump at the top.
And they were smart about it too, because as Becca pointed out last week, they had to hit a 600 vote threshold before the algorithm flipped, from whatever they embedded to start giving votes to Trump. Well, if they do a recount, it stops at 400. So they were very smart about it. Like, okay, just flip it after it hits this, so recounts won't show it. Elena is saying Nebraska split their electors, if that's what you're asking.
yes, that's what I was asking. That's the one that's split.
Yeah, but Nebraska's not a swing state.
Right.
Yeah, all the swing states voted Dem down ballot and then Trump at the top of the ticket. You would have to flip a coin 35,000 times and get heads every single time, uninterrupted, for that probability. Go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Again, yes, there I don't know who, but the Seven of Pentacles, that would be you reviewing, assessing things. Especially Seven of Pentacles is my card for votes or counting votes. In the Queen of Swords, that would be your data and statistics and things of that nature. So there is some assessing of that kind of thing. I don't look for this to have a quick resolution. There is the Strength card, so you do have people, but you also have bureaucracy and other things that get in the way. These are unnecessary things, so this is not necessarily time. This is stuff that is added on in order to bog down the process. Because once you have gone through this and you have gained the strength and the blah, 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 you don't really have this anymore, because you have circumvented everything that you needed to in order to tame the lion. And so this is stuff that is being added on. So this may be some places where this kind of thing doesn't seem very pro-Republican, like in Arizona or something like that. And so you may have people that put things in the way so that the investigations kind of die down or take forever. But yes, there is some looking into it. But I think this is also a bigger thing with the world and the emperor, that this is not just the states, this is other places looking into things, and also maybe other places like last time that can offer data from their country to this one about what happened. But who does anything about it, that's a whole nother question. But yes, I do think people are looking into it, yes.
Go ahead, Lori.
I get that they're looking into it too. They're very sketchy on, especially in the swing states where this happened. They're investigating it, and they know that. I mean, they're looking. They know how they believe the people in the state would have voted. They felt confident about it, and then it went kaflooey. So they're looking into the deception.
And you will not believe how many people I have seen now. Mind you, this is social media, so take it with a grain of salt. But people that were saying, I did my ballot, I sent it in, or I was there, and then I went to go check and it said not found. So
Wow.
people were saying that they were voting either in person or by mail. And even after the election, their vote was never counted. And then Greg Pallas's video was saying how many people were suppressed, Jen? Roughly
over 3 million, over 3 million, 300,000 in Georgia alone.
Over 3 million people. So it was a multifaceted thing, not just flipping votes, but also purging voters and purging votes and not counting. I mean, it was a multi-prong heist, if you will. Go ahead, Jen.
I'm getting that these swing states are working together on this, that they're sharing information that in secret about what's gone on in the past. This sudden hack into the vote. That's my investigator. They are investigating because they're not accepting what happened. They're trying to hang on to all their records of the votes too. So if they've got, like when we vote here electronically, it spits out a piece of paper that's fed into another machine, and they can hang on to all those pieces of paper, right? To if they have to recount and refeed them in or something. They're hanging on to as many receipts as they can, but they know that the votes were changed, that somebody came on way too strong. Loser Trump and his treachery here. They know that there was a growing change, like it just took off and grew too big. And this is going to end up in court.
Yep, there's the states right here. So garden for me is more like the country, house is more like the state, because think about it. You live in a house. Your house is in a city that's in a state.
It's domestic.
That's within the United States. So this is more domestic, more localized. But yeah, I get people that are very passionate, that are protectors. Where they're at, where they live in the States. So I get a yes. So my question is, when can we anticipate some news about,
great
hey,
question.
by the way, there was some serious fuckery. And mind you, I don't think it would be most people in the public that just took it for, oh yeah, well, we lost, people stayed home, point the finger at everybody else. Those people are going to be shocked. But I think it'll be an easier pill to swallow when you stop and think about it. Look at what Elon Musk has been doing for the last 3 weeks. Getting into everything and sticking his nose everywhere.
Right.
So it would not be far-fetched to think, oh, that guy helped that guy rig the election. Yeah, that tracks.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's kind of proving itself in our on a federal level.
Yeah.
I'm gonna repeat it again of what showed up in the Grand Tableau. Something big is happening around the lunar eclipse in March. It's March 14th. Watch for that, because it showed up. Moon in the house of sun. Something big is happening, I think, right around that time.
The other eclipse is in the fall, isn't it?
But there's a solar eclipse at the end of March.
Lunar and solar coming.
Yeah, there's a partial solar eclipse at the end of March, but it's the lunar eclipse, moon in the house of sun, moon blocking the sun. That March 14th, I think, is going to be something big breaking right around then.
All right. When will we get some? Will we just,
So
what's the question? When?
Mhm.
Sorry, John. Sorry, Johnny.
I can't.
No, I mean,
When is the Pluto return over in 7 years? It starts with temperance. Temperance takes a long time because there's a lot involved. This is your road to sobriety type card, which means it's a struggle. It takes a long time. There's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you can stay the road, stay the course, which is why I say Democrats need a leader. If you can stay the course, then you'll have victory at the end. The timing, I get the Ace of Pentacles. This is the fall for me. This is an opportunity. So this feels very Mueller reportish, to where I'll do this work, I'll hand it to you, you do what you're going to do with it. So, because this is an opportunity, not necessarily an action. When the hand is cupped like this in your aces, that means you can take it or you can leave it. And so there is an opportunity for somebody to do something in the fall. It's like it.
I'm getting soon. Full on the bottom for me is kind of a spring card, beginning of a journey, start of a new season, that kind of thing. So this damn card that kept coming up last Sunday, 8 of Wands, is an 8-day or 8-week card for me. Something is coming in soon about the votes, and there's going to be a lot of anxiety around this and revisiting the election. I get, people going to end up in jail and burdened over this, and victory on looking at it from a different perspective. So I'm going again, 8 days, 8 weeks, something big is coming out.
All
did
right.
you go, Lori?
I didn't go. And I'm seeing some beautiful people in the chat saying things about my August dream. That dream was August 16th of 2024. They said that we signed on for one more year of this. But, some people are saying that I said that it would be over in August. I just think that we're going to have clarity. Like the feeling of Nutsville is over by then, I didn't say that she would be reinstated in August, or he would be out in August, or it's that the stupidity of the doubting your sanity of what you know to be real will be
I'm
over.
tired of being gaslit.
Yeah.
It's like, you suck at it, asshole. Stop. You know what I mean?
What happened. I just can't believe the protests weren't bigger last week.
And you know what? And you know what pissed me off about the protest? People were protesting in front of the Treasury Department or whatever it was. And then there was a member of Congress. I don't remember if it was a senator or the House or whatever, a Democrat that came out there. Oh, it's good to see that the American people woke up. Motherfucker, we've been screaming. We have been screaming. I was so hot when I saw that the other day.
Trump only got about 30% of the votes. I'm surprised those protests weren't bigger. They'll continue to get bigger, I think.
Well, I didn't show my cards.
Oh, go ahead, Lori. I'm sorry. Please go.
No, that's okay. So, right up at the top, I did get, the eclipse right up at the top. So that's like over us. So that there may be something around then that may start this wheel in motion. And then I have, some internet, and then I have the 8 of Wands, like Jen keeps getting, and that we're going to get some crumlets. And then I have, then I go right back to June and July. So maybe we get really that big, the time of Cancer. So maybe but the beginning of the news should come fairly soon. The beginning.
Around the 18th of next month.
Okay.
What's around the 8th? Give or take a few days on either end. But
that's where that eclipse is.
That
when
eclipse
is the
eclipse?
eclipse?
The 14th.
See, it's coming next month around this time. Give or take a few days. It's around that period. So, sorry, I don't know. I don't follow astrology. I don't know. Wait, is that a solar or a lunar, and what's the difference?
It's a lunar eclipse. So the moon blocked the sun, and then the solar eclipse, which is the one where you have to put on the special glasses, you know, if you're in a peak area, that's at the end of March.
But
Partial
that'll only
solar
be
eclipse.
partial. It won't be a total.
And I'm just sitting here going, how much more damage can this man and that South African asshole do in the next few? Because we're only on
I've
the
been
9th of
saying
March.
every day. That's what
We're
I've been
only
saying
on
every
the
day.
9th of February. Pardon me. And next is the Department of Education and the Department of Defense and the Pentagon. How much fucking damage are these assholes going to? I mean, it's let me just stop. So anyways, changing gears. Oklahoma is trying to pass a bill right now that it would be a felony, 10 to 15 years in prison with $100,000 fine for anyone caught reading spicy romance books.
What?
First of all, that's unconstitutional. Second of all, how the fuck are you going to enforce it? Are you going to send the cops into everybody's house to look at their library and their phones and their Kindles and their computers?
Every bookstore.
Every bookstore. Yeah. They're trying to pass a law in Oklahoma to make it a felony to read spicy romance books.
It's still a law in Tennessee. It's still a law in Tennessee that oral sex is illegal. So, yeah.
How is that even? I mean, this is what are these people's fucking obsessions with what people do
in their bedrooms?
In their bedrooms.
Johnny,
and why are you going after romance novels? Is it because you know that you suck in bed and you can't please a woman, so she has to go read a book and do it herself? I mean,
the people that are pedophiles or cheating on their wives or whatever are the moral authority over everybody else. It's like, get the hell out of here.
Meanwhile, they're all on Ashley Madison and Tinder and Grindr and all these other ers.
Going to their little parties, their little sex parties and stuff.
It's unconstitutional because now they're infringing on your privacy, and reading is part of the First Amendment. So we're going to take that away.
Meanwhile, there's a book where this man is drugged and his daughters rape him. It's called the Bible. It's that too spicy.
Yep.
I personally think
read is the incest and the rape that takes place in the Bible. Get off on that instead of reading, your spicy romance book.
It's wrong.
If I had the money, I would start a class action lawsuit against Elon Musk and his minions for my breach of confidentiality in my records and stuff. I would do like a massive class action and get like 100 million people behind it and break Musk. He's got billions. Just break him.
What constitutes a spicy novel? I mean, are we talking cayenne pepper? Or are we talking paprika?
Anything that has, spicy is book talk language. Anything that has an open door scene. So instead of fading to black, you get to read the whole sexual interaction. They're making that a felony. So they're going after people, they're going after bookstores, they're going after authors, they're going after people that make the audio books, everybody.
There will be no women left in Oklahoma or Texas. They're all moved. They'll all move.
Get used to your 5 little friends right here, because.
But see, your romance. So is Playboy out too, and Penthouse, and all of the other little things like that too?
I mean, it wasn't covered. It just said spicy romance, so it looks like they're just targeting women.
Well, yeah, they're targeting women. Are you going to take the little toys away, the little battery operated toys.
You don't know what's in this book. Are you going to sit here and read it with me and say, okay, yeah, that's too spicy, fella?
Johnie, half of the books that are banned right now in all these states where the moms for hate were running around, they haven't even read those books.
No.
They haven't even read those books. We're talking about people who don't read, censoring what other people can read.
Jesus Christ.
And not only that,
It's okay to read about Abraham cheating on Sarah in the Bible with his little concubine. It's okay to read about that, but you can't read about anything else.
but how are you going to enforce that? You're going to check everybody's phones, everybody's bank account to see what they were buying, their Kindles, their computers, their library. I mean, it's one of those stupidest fucking laws I've ever heard in my life. But
it's pretty crazy.
Are you going to be a voyeur watching through their TVs and their phones what's going on in their home?
So my question is, is this law in Oklahoma going to pass? Maybe Oklahoma should learn to read before they start banning books. I'm just saying.
Meanwhile, their superintendent, that came out the wrong way. Superintendent. I was going to say stupid superintendent. He wanted the Bible back in the classroom and ordered a bunch of Trump Bibles.
Yep.
I mean, you can stream porn on your TV all day, every day, or your phone or whatever.
All the women will leave.
How are you going to enforce it, Lori, is what I'm asking.
Yeah. So
there's an uprising.
are they going to enforce?
The Three of Cups is the first card that flew out. There's an uprising. Here's your romance novel. The Knight of Cups is the Knight of Romance. The Eight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, it stays where it is. The Seven of Swords, there is like a demonstration of some sort. It's almost like when you try to push religion too hard and then all the Satanists come out, who aren't really Satanists, they're just trying to make a point. And so you have a bunch of people who are probably going to sit in public parks and read romance novels or something like that. You know, so
surrounded by dildos.
Yeah.
Wearing pink pussy hats.
There, when I told you we were in there. I worked for Barnes and Noble. There was a book this big, from end to end, called The Big Penis Book, in Barnes and Noble. And no, there were no pictures of hot dogs and cats in there. So so if you're going to police something like that, you got to police all of it. And there's an uprising, and this involves women and men who probably will literally make a demonstration, go sit in the courthouse while they're sitting there and you reading your romance novel. Arrest.
And it's not just they're targeting women by going through romance. But if you read anything outside of the romance genre, there's explicit sex scenes and mostly in a large portion of all adult fiction. Right. Game of Thrones.
Right.
Is full of nothing but incest. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, it's learn to fucking read a book, man. Like, anyways, sorry. What'd you get, Lori?
I don't think that it's going to pass, but they're going to try to make everyone afraid. It's to produce fear. And they want to return to olden days. They didn't even block books like that back in olden days. You know, but that's what they're trying to do. They are trying to push it through. But it's just fear. I don't think it goes through because the world card is on its side.
I don't think it'll go through either. I get, unless you're doing something about these men that are running around and cheating on their wives, until something like that changes, move on. Unless you constrict men, they're gonna fight this because it's a manipulation. I think it loses in the courts or in the laws. I think too many people lay down on the vote on this.
I get that the law is blocked and people are going to be happy. It doesn't go anywhere. There's the law. It's blocked. Doesn't mean they won't retry. Don't you have anything better to do with your goddamn life?
No, they
A
don't.
lot of states have not cleared old laws off their books, like I was talking about in Tennessee. Laws from the early 1800s when people were much more prudish. It's like, it's amazing. Like, if they went back and started reinforcing old laws, some of the shit they could arrest you for.
It's when I was in Pittsburgh, it was a town over. I forget the name of it because I did a reading on those a while ago, where they didn't harass, because I guess it's the law. But I mean, do you really want to enforce such a thing? They went into a shop. It was a crystal shop, and she did readings out of her crystal shop. But readings are illegal, and that was on the books in like 19-whatever-3. And told her that she can't do fortune telling in her shop because it's illegal. I'm like, okay, you can't fish for whales in Oklahoma. That's still a law. There's no ocean, mind you.
Hey,
None.
that means John F. Kennedy Jr. can't be rolling around there with the freaking whale head stacked.
It's like, who put that on the books? Jesus.
He'll only get a skunk or an armadillo in Oklahoma.
And you can pick those up and eat it if you want to. Delicacy.
Mm-mm-mm.
They ain't got nothing else to do in Oklahoma.
Apparently not.
It's not always, all Republicans are not bad, but it seems like every time this kind of story comes up, it's always Jesus. Like, just put them all in a balloon and see how high it could go.
And you know what, though? That's usually what they do in these red states. They use them as
The culture wars.
the test cases for what they can get away with.
Right.
Mhm.
So we'll do it here. Okay, we got away with it. Let's try it over here. Okay, we got away with it. Okay, let's try it over here. Okay, so that's 4 out of 5. Good. Let's try to take this nationwide. Do you see what I'm saying? And is it anything that improves your life? No.
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 They're not interested in that.
No. And even these religious fanatics don't spend their entire day sitting in church being pious. They're in a closet somewhere spanking the monkey and choking the chicken with the mistress behind the wife's back, you know, that they paid for on some internet website for like $400 or $500, you know. So it's just, I just don't, like, how do these people get off making everybody else miserable?
I don't know, but
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not a miserable place because it's beautiful and Tulsa is gorgeous, and my brother goes there every year. His wife, my sister-in-law, her parents live there, and
The problem is the regular people that you meet in Oklahoma are very nice. The hospitality is awesome. And when I moved up Pacific Northwest, it is a different thing. Nobody looks at you. Everybody looks at the ground. Oklahoma, they basically jump in your pocket to say hi. They're going to say hi to you if you walk past them. The regular people don't run for office. It's the weirdos that run for office.
Right.
Those are the people who are wanting to control everybody in everybody's lives. Like Becca said, they're test cases. That's what they like. They like to do that type of thing. Fishing for whales is not a thing, but yet it's a law in Oklahoma. And so,
just in case one shows up,
we got a lake, but it's man-made. Where the hell you get a whale from?
JFK Jr., man, RFK Jr. He went over there. He got that whale, strapped it to the roof.
Maybe he was driving through and it fell off the top of his car and was like, you cannot get those around.
Noah's coming back and causing a flood, and you're going to be underwater, and then we're going to have whales. And aren't you glad we got a whale law?
You got a law.
Just in case.
In the meantime, Don Jr. was over in Italy and killed a whole bunch of another one of his hunting specials, and had pictures taken with birds and ducks that he killed. And I guess he killed some endangered.
Yeah, he did.
Duck.
I heard that.
Like
on conservation land that they shouldn't have been hunting on.
Kind of like what that guy did, the dentist that went and killed that one special, like, super rare lion. And then he had to like disappear for a while, and then nobody heard from him again. I'm sure he's out there hunting again now that he's fallen off the radar.
And the Jimmy Johns.
And the Jimmy Johns. Oh God,
he went and did it too.
I just
a gun and hunting for endangered species and big game is just trying to put an extension on your dick. Sorry.
Yeah.
But this thing was a duck, like a duck bird, a bird duck or something. It's like, what?
Well, that would be an extension for Don Jr.
Dress it up like
Mr.
a dope dealer.
Mr. Gummies with the burger sugar up in his teeth.
I want to know when Kimberly Guilfoyle is going to spill the beans. Like, I want to know.
Okay, let's ask.
Because
when is the gargoyle going to spill the beans about how small his pecker is?
She's been exiled, and now they're having all of those earthquakes over there in Santorini, and people have self-evacuated.
Wait, did she get appointed to that position?
She's ambassador to Greece.
Yeah. So she got appointed?
As far as I know.
He put her house on the market in Florida that she bought for Don Jr. That's why he's living at his new girlfriend's, because it's either that or move back in with Daddy. She owned that house.
Why you ain't got your own house?
Because he ain't got no money. Daddy don't give him money.
Take it from your dad like Melania did.
Well, he snorts it all.
There you go, right there. All the booger sugar.
I didn't see
All
her
the
at the
donut
Super
shop.
Bowl. I just saw Kevin Costner at the Super Bowl. I didn't see Kim G there. Was she there?
That girl has some screws loose in her head, is all I'm
She
going
does,
to say.
but she knows everything, and she's been exiled and shunned and embarrassed.
She can't say anything. If she does, it might be a while, and it might be in a book.
Oh,
She might write a tell-all, but she can't say diddly squat.
Interesting.
Wow, she had to sign
NDAs.
Yes.
That's how that family rolls. That's how that family rolls. There is not a clean person in that entire family. Like I had some hope that the little piece of shit Barron was going to be different, and then I saw him at the inauguration. I said, nope, you're a piece of shit too. Like the apple did not fall far from the tree. That entire family is just scum.
Yeah, we know that from a year ago when he did that crypto with the guy that went to jail.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Martin Shkreli.
Yes, him.
I get she's going to be a big problem for them. I get she's waiting to flip on Trump. He shows up as a loser for me now. She's going to expose it in court. She's going to testify.
Wow, that would be really great.
You wait till the NDA run out. See, those are the kind of things, though, like blackmail. The moment you start paying them, you have to keep paying them, because it's not like she's going to forget what she knows once her NDA is no longer in service.
And mind you, she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
She's not married to Don Jr., so there's no, you can't testify against your husband.
Because she's got to hold it. She's got to hold it for now. But there's going to come a time where all her nostalgia, all her memories and things will be spilled out somewhere. And if you're going to pay her, you're going to have to keep doing it. Okay.
So my next question, there's special elections coming up. How are the Dems going to do in the special elections? I think there's 3. 2 in New York and 1 in Florida. Forget Florida.
There's 2 in Florida, 1 in New York for Elise Stefanik's position. We actually, I'll be right back because we read on this a couple of weeks ago with the Florida ones. The Elise Stefanik one, we don't know who all's running yet in Dems versus Republicans. They haven't set a date for it. The Florida ones are in April, first week of April.
I don't trust Florida.
Trust Florida to mess things up.
That's why it's the only state shaped like a limp dick. The whole place is just screwed up.
Oh my
Ain't
God.
that right, Braxton?
So how will the Dems do in the special elections?
Mm-hmm.
Trump is overriding Congress anyway. He's all but rendered them feckless. He's just executive signing anything. He's not getting a vote on anything. He
No.
doesn't need a vote on anything. He doesn't care if they vote on anything.
Nope. Nope. He's like, that whole. How do you expect a person, Lori, who has no respect for the law, who tried to overthrow the government once already,
Right.
be willing to work within the confines of the law? It's the law and the Constitution are worth to him as much as the toilet paper he uses to wipe his fat orange ass.
Right.
So,
All you have to remember is the flying monkeys raced across the Capitol. That's all we need to remember. And he wants it all excused, all the people excused. He doesn't care. So he's not going to follow the law. And he's not going to follow a judge's ruling. And the marshals are not going to arrest him. It's going to take something bigger than that. Or the states.
Luigi! We got to get Luigi out of prison. Got to get Luigi out of prison.
Luigi and Brother Mario.
We'll send Yoshi to break him out.
Yoshi?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to give him that little mushroom for him to like bounce on. I like Yoshi.
Now I can hear the music.
Who wants to go?
I don't think we do that great. I think we get something, but I don't think we do that great.
What card did you get?
We're hung up. We're hung up. It's tough. We're hung up, and there's some defeat here. Maybe that's just my fleur d'oeuvre.
There's somebody Trump is pushing is very secure. Some woman here, very secure. 9 of Pentacles on the Wheel of Fortune. Democrats have no gas in the engine right now. So again, I go back to they need a leader. They need somebody on TV 24/7. They need a screamer and a shouter. They need a leader, not a politician necessarily, but they need a person who can navigate Washington, yes, but who can motivate people to demonstrate or motivate people to donate or motivate people to, at the very least, listen to the speeches. So they need some motivation. I think that the Fool is very secure, is what I get.
What cards did you get, Lori?
I remember I got the Five of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords.
Yeah, I don't get that we do good either. It's the Whip, the Ship, the Book, and the Clouds and the Tree. We don't do good in the special elections. No, ma'am.
We might get one.
Yeah.
But
it's not going to be a sweep. Not going to be a sweep. Okay, let me go back.
Iowa changed.
Here's the thing. He didn't have Iowa, Lori.
He did not. Right.
He stole Iowa. That's why a 21-point swing. Right. Yeah, because the last class that you all had was fake and manipulated.
Right.
And so not a 21-point swing. That should tell you that it would have been a 21-point swing against him in Iowa. So anyways.
Yeah, Chris Murphy has been speaking. I agree with Karin Conroy. Chris Murphy has been really speaking up. He's been on all of the podcasts. AOC has been out there, but Chris Murphy's really been, his mouth has been going off.
And there's the other thing. Old leadership, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, get gone right now. Like, this is, Nancy Pelosi has been ineffective since 1984, the last time she wrote a damn bill.
Well, she did get Trump impeached. I mean, she did get him impeached.
She has, that, okay. And that's it. She has, anytime that there is a younger, more progressive person, she does everything in her willpower to stifle. Like, AOC was up for that leadership role. And what did she do? She went against AOC and whipped up the votes to go for that guy that's 78 years old with cancer.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
You know, so it's like she undermines. It's like, lady, this is not the 1980s. This is a totally different ball game. You know, like, fucking sit down.
Yeah.
You know, she was out there talking all sorts of shit about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Like, she needs to go. Just you're 900 years old, retire already. You know, like, so
she does need to go. She probably is jealous of AOC.
You know,
she can't control AOC. And as much as Democrats may not want, like I said, there's 3 sets. She's one of those. She's not middle of the road. She thinks red too. This is why she is the reason we don't have health care right now. So she is not one of the ones that you need to keep around forever and ever and ever. I like the idea of term limits until you realize that AOC is how old? And she can have a career that spans and even run for president and so forth and so forth. And so we don't want to push out the ones that we need a little too early. Swalwell's not old. So we got some
Bernie Sanders. I'm all for Bernie Sanders, and you know, he's up there.
He can be 1,000 and always stay at him.
So they're, you know, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
But there are some that need to go.
Like Nancy Pelosi.
You know, I mean, Mitch McConnell ain't met a pair of stairs he didn't like to fall down. So it's like, can you just go away, please?
Mm-mm.
I had a little excitement. Sorry, I was gone so long. Skewy caught a mouse.
Oh, ew.
Oh, wow. Okay. All that cold weather has been.
It had to be thrown out.
Okay, so
You can just put it on RFK's car.
Just strap it to the hood of my car.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, when you live in a house that was built in 1862, you're going to get the occasional mouse.
okay.
Sorry, Becca.
No, it's totally cool. You guys can keep going. I'm looking at questions. Here's the thing. I know that everybody's data has been breached. Take precautions, call your bank, get on credit alert, fraud situations.
Yeah, you can do a credit block with all 3 of the Experian. What are they? What's their name?
TransUnion,
Experian, and there's a third one.
Equifax.
Equifax, yeah.
Equifax.
Sign up for credit monitoring with all your stuff, your banks and everything. They should not be charging you, considering the freaking data breach that just happened, courtesy of a South African illegal immigrant. Can
we ask this? Now that the names of his little hackers are out, are they going to get doxxed like Nick Fuentes?
Okay.
Are people going to start showing up at their houses and dox the crap out of them?
The people who did the hacking have been exposed.
Yeah, big balls. Is he going to get turned into little balls?
Big ball's going to get shot.
Are they going to be brought down to size? Nick Fuentes, speaking of, has been very quiet of late. The neo-Nazis were marching in Ohio, and there was a group from the community that went up to them and took their little Nazi flags and burned them.
You have to
Yeah,
weather
thank
the
you, Lucky
storm.
Girl. That professional Aquarian video talks about different things you can do to protect your
Identity.
bank accounts and stuff. And thank you,
Weather-
Aquarian, for doing that video. That was excellent.
What'd you get, Johnny?
Nothing.
What do you mean you got nothing?
Nothing. Yet.
Oh, all right. Well, I feel that there's going to be some females that are going to gather together, and that have already, gathered more information, and I think they do dox them. I think they do dox them. Now, there could be something, and there's a measure of feeling victorious about doxing them when they do it. It's like this, but then there's going to be somebody that tries to stop them from it. There's going to be some law or something that's going to say, now you can't, blah, 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 blah. That's what I get.
I don't know about the doxing. I get there is a lot of exposure though. About like things, something else that they've done, and like it's a lot. The big cards.
Something else that they've done? Oh, John.
Oh, look, there's Kanye's wife on that card in her see-through dress. Yay of the con. I get there's plans to dox them, and people aren't accepting what they've done and the changes that they've done, and they're worried about them sharing their information and commitments and stuff. So yeah, they're going to be returning to this. They're watching them. Some of them might get forced to move, pack your bags, you're moving, stealing, all this stealing nefariously. There's going to be groups of people that try to do them in. So I get in particular when things come out about the voting that they messed in, manipulated and shifted and stuff in their partnerships with the Republicans and Putin, the work that they've done with Musk, that they'll get doxed then.
I get doxing is going to be the least of their worries. They're about to get hit with a huge amount of burden, and they're about to be FUCKED within like a few exclamation points behind it.
Good.
Doxing is going to be the least of their worries. So, just saying. And for that little kid that resigned because it came out that he was a white supremacist Nazi, you do realize that that little team of people that you were working with, there was an Indian boy and an Asian kid there too, right? In case you didn't see them, or are those selective Nazis that I don't like people of color? Well, except this one, he's okay because he helped me commit a crime, and that one over there is okay because he helped me commit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the con flat out said that he was a Nazi and he's black.
Kanye says things for shock value because he knows people will react to it. These Nazis were murderers.
yeah,
You're not a Nazi. You're a person who fantasizes about when people were horrible. You're the same kind of people that play video games and pretend to be criminals and think that that's a cool thing to do. You're not a Nazi. You're not even close to being a Nazi.
I have one bad question, and then we'll end off on a crazy one to not leave on a bad note. Deportations to Guantanamo.
Good Lord in heaven.
If there is any justice in this world or any fucking karma, I want to see Elon and Trump in Guantanamo before I die. And he has been in talks with the president of, I want to say,
El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Sending our prisoners are U.S. citizens that are prisoners to El Salvador prisons.
Yeah. Exporting our people to El Salvador.
Rubio went down and met him like Godfather or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they were walking and talking. I'm like, what is happening here?
It's like, we don't want other people's rapists and murderers coming to the U.S., but we're going to ship ours out to El Salvador. But the problem is they're not specifying for what crimes. Like, you can be in for marijuana in a state where it's illegal, and they're going to ship your butt to El Salvador.
Uh-huh. Which is also unconstitutional. But Guantanamo, how's that going to go?
What's going to happen there with the
immigrants they've put there?
Immigrants.
And mind you, ICE has been returning people because, oh, shit, you're a U.S. citizen. What do you mean you're Puerto Rican and a U.S. citizen? I thought you was Mexican. Like,
Isn't it interesting? Trump only wants to make Canada the 51st state. He doesn't want to go after Mexico.
It's a really big state.
It'd be a blue state if he did take it.
but here's the thing.
Careful what you ask for.
Here's the thing. You do realize, like Johnny was saying, it would be a blue state because they have free health care. They have all the cool shit in Canada that we can't have here because corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
So you do realize that you would be at a severe disadvantage when you add more blue people. So what are you going to do? Suppress the vote of everybody in Canada too while you're at it? Like,
and not to mention, I think Great Britain might have a thing or two to say about such a thing. So
yeah,
you want to have that war? I mean, I know we're sort of Revolutionary War repeating and everything right now, but I don't really think you want to go back that far.
Putting immigrants in Guantanamo.
I don't think anything's going to happen.
Trump be successful.
I get the Four of Swords. There is some retreat. There is some defense. It's not as though nobody cares or anything like that. With the Seven of Wands, it's just that the footing that you're trying to gain is very difficult, and they need a leader. I'll just keep saying that. Whatever it is you're trying to do needs leadership. Whatever it is you're trying to pass needs leadership. Whatever you're trying to implement needs leadership. Whatever you're trying to defend needs leadership. It's not just people on the internet sharing videos back and forth to people who care. That's preaching to the choir, the definition thereof. You have to go and you have to legislate things. Protest, draw attention. Courthouse and legislation is where things change. And so you have to have that fight inside the court, but you need a leader to do so, and you also need money to do so. So it's just not a thing that has a lot of steam behind it. He already told you he was going to be that person. He was that person the first time. Remember the whole separating the families and the kids in the cages? It happened already. So we're upset about it because it's in the news. Remember, Afghanistan is still under the control of the Taliban. Remember, there's a war in Ukraine still. There is still a thing going in Gaza. Like, these things are just, they're still here.
Lowering prices of eggs. I mean, it's very hard to do once the prices are already high. Yeah. All these people that I'm seeing on TikTok regretting their vote. Regretting their votes. It's like, were you asleep?
They were.
The last time?
They were.
Oh, but Biden's economy was horrible. You do realize that was 4 years of cleaning up that guy's mess, correct?
They do not know that.
That was 4 years of cleaning up his mess. And this motherfucker has only been in there 3 weeks, and look at the damage he's already caused.
Yeah.
Just 3 weeks. I can't do this for 4 years. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. And my sanity will not survive.
Something with Guantanamo is going to change, but it's going to take time, is what I'm getting. So right now they're celebrating the work they're doing at moving people down there. You know, here's the White House behind it and trying to defend America. But people are talking about defending these people. So I get they'll be worked together. It's gonna take some time to bring that change through the government, because I get people just aren't having this in America. I think there's going to be a lot of court cases coming in rather quickly on all this, and a lot of people fighting and blocking Republicans' agenda. But that temperance card, it's like the lilies. It's going to take time. The wheel turns, but we don't know how quickly. Time.
I think the Guantanamo thing's sort of like a teeter-totter, but I don't think it gets off to a good. I think it's all over the place. I think it's just a giant, big, fat mess. It's just a giant, big, fat mess. Anything he's trying to do there is just going to blow up, you know.
Yeah.
And no one's satisfied with it. And I mean, they're trying to push it through. They're trying to push it through, but it's just going to blow up. It's just going to be just a giant, colossal. Anything Trump touches dies.
It's a mess. Everything he touches turns into a big old mess.
It gets canceled. There's the trip, the transfer, canceled. Whatever agreement or whatever he was committed to gets blocked. And then it's protected. I don't know what's going on with Cuba and Guantanamo, but this is saying it ain't going to happen. The trip is canceled. The transfer is canceled. The agreement or what he was committed to is blocked. And then there's someone here that's protecting it. So I don't know. But I get goodbye Guantanamo. Unless we can put his fat orange ass and Elon and his little band of misfits there, then I'm all for it. Final question.
All right.
Elon Musk, Muscatina, and Trumpolina sitting in a tree. Kissing. Okay. That fallout is imminent.
It is imminent.
That fallout is imminent. How do I say this, Johnie?
Trump
Like,
said today.
Jerry Springer is this going to be?
Trump said today he wants him to go after the education department, but he could be gone in like 24 hours. Like, he's already getting jealous of him.
He said that?
Today in his pre-Super Bowl.
What happened to Linda McMahon? Isn't she the education secretary?
Yeah, she's gonna be voted on to be the head of the Department of Education.
Meanwhile, she's got a court case coming where her wrestling company allowed a guy to molest children over and over and over and over and over and over again. So she's the protector of children. Education department, go right ahead.
Mm-hmm. I swear this is the upside down. It's like he looked for every single horrible B-rate actor with like criminal records and just shady character and was just like, you're hired, you're hired, you're hired, you're hired.
Well,
Like,
you got 4 STDs and leprosy. Okay, Surgeon General. Right.
Surgeon General.
He's now selling cabinet positions. He's telling people, if you donate, that's his latest grift.
Yep.
If you donate to me, I'll give you a cabinet title.
Yep.
Urban housing development, another black person.
oh my God. I know this is not fixed, but it's like, if something doesn't happen, I can't imagine this for 4 years. I can't. I refuse to live in that reality. I know it won't be that way.
No.
We've read on it, and I'm sticking to my goddamn guns. But there's no way that this level of fuckery will be allowed for 4 years. Like, I mean, it was bad the first time. This is super, super, super bad. Like, this is bull fuckery on a level I've never seen before. And so my question is, what is going to cause the fallout between the lovebirds?
What's gonna cause?
He already threw Musk under the bus once, saying, "Oh, he was so great in Pennsylvania." He already threw him under to be the
I
scapegoat.
want to know what's going to cause the fallout.
What's gonna cause
That's a
the
good
fallout?
question.
Elon
What do
Musk.
you mean your dick is bigger than mine?
Elon levitating on the bed in the Lincoln room. Like those
Yeah.
spinning head, spewing.
I'm
green
surprised
stuff.
it hasn't already been because Elon's got more money than he does.
What is it Trump
Seriously,
snorts?
though, Johnny,
What caused it to fall out?
What is it that Trump snorts?
Adderall.
Adderall. Like, dude, you snorted up all the Adderall out of the White House pharmacy, and now I don't have any.
Oh, I forgot they put Elon Musk on the cover of Time magazine and called him the president.
They put him behind the desk.
Oh, did they really?
They used AI and put him behind the Resolute desk.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Trump loves his New York Times cover, Time magazine cover. So
what will cause the fallout between the two lovebirds?
Power grab, jealousy. He is also trying to push Elon out little by little. Like here with the Six of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, that would be a person at the center of attention, a person who emerges with sorts of victories and things. Out in the cold, Five of Pentacles, there is a lover's tiff here too, with the lover, where to go, the lover's card, the Two of Cups, and the Devil. Because he is chained to Elon, because Elon purchased him. But he's having some buyer's remorse, and he got the receipt and all these good things. But there's also a power grab here too, with the Emperor and the Four of Pentacles, to where Elon may feel as though he is in charge. And Donald Trump does not like a person sucking up the oxygen and the attention. So he is going to try to distance himself, but Elon is going to follow like a bad smell. And eventually that's what causes the breakup, is the attention and the power grab.
I'm going to add to that. It's the power grab and the attention, but it's also the immaturity of both of them. It's like the smugness, jealousy, and the balance of trying to power and trying to get away with things. But the power grab fight. These are both of my moving cards. Elon, get ready, pack your bags. You're moving out of the White House.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to see him as a betrayal as he gets more and more attention. So, and manipulating the news and manipulating. Like Twitter, the propaganda and stuff. And I think also as more talk comes out about how he grabbed votes for him, Trump's going to throw him under the bus and do him in.
Meanwhile, maybe it's Maybelline is just standing there like, rip each other apart. I'll be here when you're done.
He's just salivating like a hyena, like a vulture, actually, like a nasty ass vulture.
Yeah, he is. It is a power grab. It's a total power grab. Total. It's a big fight. They've already fought. They're jealous of each other, and there's only enough room for one penis. There's just only one. There's only enough room for one. But the sun is on its side, so he takes the limelight away from Trump. And so then he's just like he's got to go, and he doesn't like who he's talking to overseas, and someone's talking to Trump saying, "Hey, get him out of here. Let's get out of here. Ghost him."
I get that the break happens when there's a transfer of the friend and he suffers in isolation.
A transfer?
There's the rupture.
Oh, okay.
This person is transferred or moved away.
Moved away.
The friend suffers in isolation.
He sent him to Guantanamo?
The friend suffers in isolation.
On
Prison. He's in trouble with the law.
Really?
There's the break. Transfer.
Wow.
Okay. Friend. Suffer. Isolation.
The tower's an institution too, isn't it?
Institution, isolation, ambition.
I didn't get that yet. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
He's going to throw him over the
Come get him,
under
Stacey.
the bus.
Squeeze his balls and he will scream and squeal like
Yeah.
a fucking pig.
The
Because
state,
there's no
they do.
amount of money. There's no amount of money. He thinks he's flying high right now because he bought a country and a president. Okay. But you know, there's more of us than there are your billions of dollars. So
You bought a country that doesn't like you and a president that's ineffectual to
and
be
here's
there.
the thing that pisses me off to no end, Johnie. The reason that Musk is the billionaire that he is because we funded him.
Yeah.
Our
That's why he wants to
taxpayer
be where he is.
dollars. Our taxpayer dollars funded an immigrant from a foreign country to come here and then usurp us. Go fuck yourself. Like, no. This I can't imagine this standing is what I'm trying to say.
And Obama saved the Tesla company when he screwed it up.
And Obama gave him the money for freaking Starlink too.
Yep.
You know, and then
Because when you come here to this country and you take millions, you're an Elon. When you take $638 a month in food stamps, then you're an immigrant or an illegal immigrant.
Then you're draining, our government.
You're a taker.
Take the government cheese.
Yeah, you're a traitor.
Yep. So that was all we had for tonight. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Lori and Johnie, for hopping on. Next week we will be on whose channel?
My channel with Lena is going to join us from Australia.
No, I don't want to put Johnie on the spot and be starting rumors and shit. Okay?
Don't do that.
So we will see you next week on Jenny's channel. I'll try to go live. I'm not making promises though. I'm flaky like that.
Anytime you want to come back permanently, Johnie, you let us know. We put you back in the rotation.
Or then I'd have to come up with questions and things.
Or you can come back and we'll alternate between our channels and do the questions for you.
We'll see.
It's guys, it's hard when we're doing questions because a lot of things like we have to research to make sure it's a valid question.
Or even have we read on it last week?
Yeah.
Or we could just keep, if Johnie wants to join the rotation, keep it non-political and just do all the other petty shit that happens. So he doesn't
We can do politics. I just want to read on Trump all the time.
No.
I know, it's just, God damn it, dude, I can't do it anymore.
I have to get creative.
It's only been 3 weeks and I'm already fed up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need more brain meds because the ones I'm on ain't cutting it.
That's the Steve Bannon goal is flooded.
Because sometimes the more I talk about him, the more hopeless it seems, and so I don't want to spread that around and around and around. So we'll have to get creative. Is all.
Yeah. You just let us know. I'm not starting rumors though. So, all right, everybody. Thanks so much. Stay safe.
Do call your Congress people because there's evidence that the Republicans are getting tired of all those phone calls.
Yeah, I think they were saying what 16,000 or 65,000 calls per minute. Per minute.
In the Capitol.
And if your congressman is Mitch McConnell, call him names and say it's for me.
All right, everybody. Have a good night, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye. Hang in there, you guys.
Please do.
Yeah, please. I'm trying. Lord knows I'm trying.